think, I mean, just the whole game, I really like the way we played in the first half. I think we could have had a really, really good defensive half. I think their last 8 points, we fouled them going into the half. And, our discipline to stay down on shot fakes, our discipline to show our hands, our discipline just to kind of pivot and stay in front and try to force people to shoot over us has got to get better. And then I thought to start the third quarter, that's when it all started. We just didn't get off to a very good start at all. And, again, I like the balance of what we did offensively. I like the fact that we had 30 assists. I mean, we scored 61 with 62 points there. And I think in the second half, we got outscored by 13 or 14. I mean, 74-point half. And, again, those shots for DeMar just didn't go tonight. And for most of the year, to your point, he's made those shots. And, I've kind of been talking about this. Some of those shots don't go in, at Indiana, at Washington. Those are different games. And when you win, you kind of don't, stuff kind of disappears. And we've talked a lot about it. And, DeMar got the same kind of shots that he's been getting in the lines of the games to make it. He didn't make it. I don't think it had really anything to do with DeMar's shots. I think it had everything to do with we couldn't come up with rebounds, free throw line, couldn't come up with a rebound on a long three. They got it back and made a three. There was just a lot of breakdowns. We fouled entirely too much. The game was obviously close, but the discrepancy, the free throw line was really bad. And generally when you see a discrepancy like that, I think coaches complain, and sit there and say, how can it be? We fouled and we got to be better and more disciplined. We got guys jumping through the air, shot fake discipline, rebounding. We talked about before the game, things you can control. I thought we did a pretty good job. We fouled too much. We showed it and talked about it at halftime at the end of the second quarter, but it kind of continued that way throughout the game. And we've got to have way, way better habits, against elite teams. And I think that, we're learning the tough way of all these little, lessons, so to speak. I thought we were much better. I thought we made some strides in that first half. I was really pleased with the way we played. Like I said, outside the fouling, but the third quarter, the way we came out, that's just, you have to be able to sustain a level of focus and concentration, discipline for the full 48 minutes. And we just didn't do that. And they're too good of an offensive team to do that against, because they're gonna hurt you. And obviously the 3-point line with Trae Young coming down the stretch really hurt us. And he made his and DeMar didn't make his, but there was so much more to the game than those shots, in my opinion.
What did you, we had a switch about this thing about the interest. We asked you, we had talked about it. Had you thrown that in the last couple of days? Did you just throw that in tonight because of their size? You saw something?
Yeah, I just thought we needed some physicality, around the basket. I thought we needed to be more. And Tristan's, obviously that's who he is, and he's going to bring a motor and energy. We talked about it yesterday at practice. I talked to those guys. It wasn't. I didn't put a lot of stuff in. There was a few things we talked about running. I think both those guys being veteran guys, they can figure out how to play off each other. But the biggest part is, how do we start off? Then they can play off each other. So, again, it was the first time we did it. I think it's something we can look and go to. Tristan's obviously going to be a roller and he's going to play around the basket, and it gives him an opportunity to offensive rebound. I think it's something we just got to take a look at. And I thought there was an opportunity tonight, when Gallo was out there and Hunter was out there, that we can maybe take a look at it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought when Tristan came off the bench in the third quarter, we kind of got down by 8 quickly. I think they had scored 28 points like in the first 8 minutes of the quarter. And, they ended up, I think, getting 34 for that quarter. But I thought when he came in, not that we got regained control of the game, but we got back in the game. We got up by 2, up by 4. But, we just didn't sustain enough defense. And I did that to get him out there to hopefully he could give us maybe a little bit of an anchor there defensively. Yeah, I mean, I think there was some plays, in all honesty, that, we probably should have gotten fouled. There probably should have been some calls. I'm not saying that there was a lot of missed calls. But, when you leave your feet at the rate we leave our feet, you're really putting yourselves in harm's way to have officials make those calls. And, we had too many times where we did that and put ourselves in tough positions. And a lot of those really good offensive players like Gallo and even Herter and Hunter and certainly Trey Young, they get you up in the air and they know how to kind of draw those fouls, and you got to be able to stay down. And, I think for us, I don't think that, like, I didn't feel sitting over there. I'll look at it. Was there probably some missed calls? Did they shoot probably too many free throws? Yeah, probably, but I can't sit there and say that they were like all bad. You know what I mean? And, I don't know for us, I thought we moved the ball, generated some pretty good looks, shot it pretty good from three. And, like, offensively, I don't think it was a problem. I was actually encouraged, playing against Memphis and Miami. I thought there was an opportunity for us to get better because those teams are really, really good defensively. They're in the top 10. And I thought we learned a lot. And I thought there was really good balance tonight. Our assists the last two games against those good defensive teams had been way down. I think the spread out of almost everybody in double figures, I think, was good. But I don't know why we didn't necessarily get there, but I didn't necessarily think that was a problem. I mean, with limited free throws, I mean, we scored certainly enough points. Well, he's a hard guy to guard. I thought there was a few times we got hung up on some screens. Again, he made a couple tough step backs and some timely ones that I thought were difficult. The things that hurt us, I thought, was there was offensive rebound off the free throw line. There was an offensive rebound off a 3-point shot where we were up by like 3 or 4. And those plays ended up really giving them, I think, some energy and some momentum in the game. And then it enabled and opened up for him to do what he did, making those shots coming down the stretch. Well, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily ever look at it as concerning, because I think as a coach, you're always trying to find ways to help the team get better and point out things that are holding them back and things they got to improve on. I don't think that I've ever gone through a season or a game and not kind of been in that mode of what do we got to do to get better and what's holding us back? What are things that are obstacles for us? And I think every team faces it. There's no team at any level that I think a coach is looking at the team and saying, we're just perfect. Everything's going great and we don't need to get better at anything. Our challenge for this team, and I've had, as a coach, you have different challenges for every team you coach. Like every team's got challenges. The challenge, for this team is what I mentioned, it's the discipline and the consistency, on that end of the floor. And I've said this before, I just don't think it's a real good thing to take Alex and Lonzo and sit there and say that's why our defense is struggling. Just don't. I don't think that those guys have anything to do with staying down on a shot fake. I don't think it has anything to do with blocking out the free throw line. I don't think it has anything to do with. I just don't. Now, those guys really good in pick and roll on the ball. Yeah, they're terrific defenders, but we can be better and we have to be more disciplined. Because I think when you get to the schedule that we have with the remaining games we have with guys being out, we don't have any margin for error. We just don't. That's just a reality of it. There's no margin for error. We have to play at a really good level on both ends of the floor to give ourselves a chance. Tonight we were, I thought, really, really good offensively. For the most part, I thought we played pretty well. But we're just, it's just whatever it was. And I know we fouled a little bit late, but it was 125, 127. Like, it's just that's a hard way to try to win a game.
I know basketball used to be in the 80s and 90s, and obviously baseball has its own different rules. That game is more than just a game. I mean, there's the fans are going to be still carrying that on the back of the creation. How do you have to talk to your team as far as keep emotions in check? Or do you let me just handle it? How it's handled, it's handled.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that for me is like when however many weeks or a month, whatever it is ago that it happened. Like, we're not getting that back, and we're not getting back what happened. We got to go out and we're gonna have to compete and play against one of the best teams in the league. So, like, for us, I think we've got a lot more things we should be focused on, as a team. Like, we got to get much, much more focused on the little things that we need to do. And, I would expect our guys are professional and they'll handle themselves the right way. And, that play it's over and done with. It's gone. We need to play better basketball. I think the group's mentality would be to try to go into the game and try to win. I think everybody's disappointed that, Alex has had to sit out for this period of time, but, I think we got to keep our mindset and focus on things that are going to help us get better. And I don't know how much that's going to help us get better. But we're going to have to be really, really good on both ends of the floor against a really good team. Okay, guys. Thank you. Yep.